2:12 and 5. Red Labelle, number 2, over from Adelaide, put up a good performance to win in Adelaide before it came here, and it's run 18.7. Breezes dropped slightly here, so no wind assistance, but a track that's verging on fast. And Red Labelle, number 2, gets up to win from Sensational Spot, and Gazania just ahead of We Will Rock You, which ran on pretty well.
And 2, Red Labelle, Stephen Arnold, 13.20 a win, 3.70 a place, 12 Sensational Spot, 2.65 Gazania, 6.20, the Quinella 55.10, exacta $100. The trifecta 2.12 and 5 is 1,889.20, and the first 4, 2.12, 5 and 6, paying $42,897.20, and there's a carryover jackpot of $5,873. Race 5, Flemington Lemonade Parade opens 6.20 for the win. 2, Silver Birch is 5.30. The favourite 3, Lord Erin, at 3.41.20. 4, Walk on Air is 15. Windemall is 7. 6 Stars and Bars, $30. Kelstein is 12. 8, Your Mate, 50. Number 9, Achieved, opens 28. Bellis is 29. 11, Long Yard, 24. 12, Ballistic Miss is 27. 13, Tezarami, 67. 14, Danjo's Express, 100. 15, Silver Logie is 74, and One Away, number 16, opens $52. In race 5, the tips are 3-1, 11 and 2.
Tab dividends.
Time ago, here's the replay of the Cadbury Roses Stakes.
They're ready and off. Sensational Spot began well. Fatoon got away quickly. They're going to all come to the grandstand side. Dancing Hill began fast. British Lion shows plenty of pace, and so does Verstack now as they settle down and go to the 1,000-metre mark. And British Lion went to the outside rail and led. Sensational Spot came across to join it up in the leading pack, and they're followed closely by Dual Spark, who'd overcome the bad barrier draw to be right up on the pace. Fatoon is directly behind her, followed by Kidman. Majorette is the widest runner, and Cabellamy is behind it. Cirque du Soleil is working into the clear. Gazania's gone forward ahead of that filly. They were being followed then by Dancing Hill and the Lime Cutters near the outside rail. Worse than midfield at this point, and they're followed by We Will Rock You. Red Labelle's in an awkward place trying to work clear. Raw Trees is well back in the field, and so is Verstack Centella at the 250-metre mark now, and Sensational Spot has raced up to the lead. Gazania is trying to level with it. Red Labelle's got into the clear and is sprinting up the middle of the course at the clock tower. She's coming with a great run. It's Red Labelle after Sensational Spot. Red Labelle, Sensational Spot, 50 to go. Red Labelle put the head in front, and I think, yeah, Red Labelle beat Sensational Spot 3 lengths away, either Gazania or We Will Rock You for third. And then Majorette followed in by Raw Trees, with those to finish next, Dancing Hill, and they were followed by Kidman and Centella. They were trailed further back then by Cirque du Soleil, Verstack, British Lion, Cabellamy, Fatoon, Dual Spark towards the end.
It was at first a photo, but it didn't take the judge long to put the placings up. Red Labelle, number 2, ridden by Stephen Arnold and trained by Michael Minavilli. She's a filly by Blevick from Strathalbyn in South Australia, across for the Carnival, where she's got the money and beat 12, Sensational Spot. 5, Gazania was third. Officially fourth was number 6, We Will Rock You, ridden by Darren Gauchi. The first 4 dividend paid $42,897.20. But Red Labelle returns in front of that huge Oaks Day crowd at Flemington. She had won at Morfettville at her previous start by 4.5 lengths, but it was expected that today would be a bit tougher into a black type race during the Melbourne Cup Carnival. However, she's handled herself very well and overcome a few problems too. Looked like she might be held up for a run there for a few strides, but Stephen Arnold got her into the clear, and she's gone on and done the job. Red Labelle. And I'll tell you what, that news from Alf Matthews was spot on. Often that's the best guide. Dancing Hill was completely unwanted in the betting ring. Punters turned their backs on her, and she's failed to fire. Now let's come in $1. Ballistic Miss, and they're at pretty healthy odds. Class 6 over 1,400. Now the latest ring through has just come up at Flemington, and the money is coming for Lord Erin. So he opened up short, was allowed to drift out, but now punters are coming for him again, Lord Erin, and he's trimming up late. He is trained by Grant Dalziel at Cranbourne. He's a gelding by Lord Ballina, second up from a spell. His first up run at Cranbourne, he ran second behind Energy Abounds in a 1,400-metre race. You can quote, right throughout betting. The wide barrier is the concern there with Lemonade Parade. The top 2 chances there have drawn well. Silver Birch came up with 2.
The all greys and
all shades of grey too.
All shades of grey, and pretty keenly sought after amongst the trainers. And I think it's come down to Silver Birch and Lord Erin to fight it out. They look as though they've really been targeted for the race too, both second up today.
I'd agree with that too. Thanks, Dean. One away goes up. Lord Erin drawn in, and they're ready to go. Race number 5 here at Flemington, set to go. Race before the Oaks. Lights are blinking on top. And the line is good. The stalls are back and they're racing. Your Mate missed the start again. Walked out of the barrier 2 or 3 lengths behind them, and Wyndham All first out with Stars in Bars going quickly. Kalstein is hunting forward now, and Lord Erin quickly getting up 4th early, the favourite. Then Belis and further back Achieve when they settle down from Silver Birch. A gap in the race into Walk on Air, further back Ballistic Miss. Long Yard getting back from 1 away. Well back Silver Logie from Tesarami. Then Lemonade Parade and 2 to Your Mate. They're strung right out, and Wyndham All on top. A length in front now from Kalstein. A length into Lord Erin up 3rd. Stars in Bars the inside. Further back in the race then. Belis made some ground there, followed by Danjo's Express is deep. Around the outside there is Silver Birch the middle. Achieve the rail. A length into Walk on Air. Further back Ballistic Miss, followed by 1 away. Well back in the race was Silver Logie, followed by Lemonade Parade. Long Yard Tesarami, and last of all Your Mate. On the turn they race now, and Lord Erin 3 out going up with Kalstein the middle. Wyndham All the fence. A length into Stars in Bars. Belis down the middle. They're followed out wider by Silver Birch, Danjo's Express, and 1 away. Lord Erin under a bit of pressure at the 300-metre mark. Tackled by Silver Birch out wide. Achieve getting a run through. Lord Erin, Silver Birch, Achieve trying to push through, and wider out is Walk on Air. It's Silver Birch in front of Lord Erin, and Achieve from Stars in Bars. Silver Birch the leader. Over on the inside, Stars in Bars, but Silver Birch 3/4 on the line to Stars in Bars. Lord Erin may get 3rd in front of out wide Walk on Air, then Achieved from Ballistic Miss from Belis, and further back on the inside Kalstein. Wyndham All Long Yard, further back than Silver Logie. Pulling up quickly 1 away. Well back Danjo's Express, Tesarami, Your Mate, and Lemonade Parade back to the tail.
And number 2, Silver Birch, Stephen King, $4.90, $1.90. 6 Stars in Bars, $9 a place for 3rd. 3 Lord Erin paying $1.60, or Walk on Air, $3.80.
Best back to beat the favourite here, Lord Erin. And he came with his run towards the centre, and he's beaten Achieved. And just waiting on the 3rd number. Lord Erin just gets it in front of Walk on Air. 2, 6 and 3 in the frame. 2, 6 and 3. Number 2, Silver Birch, ridden by Stephen King, given a good ride from an inside gate, and he's beaten Stars in Bars. Another one from an inner gate, got up on the inside, looked a good hope in the last 100, has missed by about 3/4. And Lord Erin out, making a line of 3 when they turned for home. He was up outside Kalstein and Wyndham All. May have got there a touch too early. Achieve was starting to push through inside him as Silver Birch made his run. And Silver Birch has been well back to beat Lord Erin. They dominated the market really ahead of Lemonade Parade. Silver Birch has got home for Mick Surkey. Number 2 at 470 and 180. Start.
They're ready. Racing now. And Your Mate missed the start by 2 lengths. Wyndham All first out. Stars in Bars got away quickly. Kalstein drives up in the centre trying to find the lead. Lord Erin getting into a good place, 4th right off the pace early, and they're followed by Belis, 1 to Achieved over on the inside as they've settled into stride. Silver Birch is on his outside, and another one might be Danjo's Express travelling wide at the 1,000 metres. 2 lengths to Walk on Air, who's 3 deep on the outside of Ballistic Miss and 1 away. About a length and a half further back is Long Yard Tesarami on the inside, and Silver Logie travelling wide, and they're followed then by Lemonade Parade and Your Mate at the 700, and Wyndham All is the leader. Kalstein is 2nd. Lord Erin is 3rd, the outside. Belis coming wide as they get towards the turn 4th, and they're followed by Stars on Bars Achieved. Silver Birch just behind these as they corner from 1 away Ballistic Miss, and then Walk on Air trying to get clear. As they cornered, Wyndham All joined by Kalstein. Lord Erin wider out. Just behind them is Belis starting to run on, and Silver Birch is winding up too, and then came Achieved, getting to the 300-metre mark now. And here Lord Erin's moved up and put the head in front. Belis Achieved is getting through, and Silver Birch, although laying in hampering Belis, is racing up too. It's Silver Birch getting up to Lord Erin and taking the lead. Achieved is next, and Walk on Air. Stars and Bars flashes through. Silver Birch had the lead near the line, and Silver Birch has won it. Silver Birch first beat Stars on Bars. Either Lord Erin or Walk on Air 3rd. Achieved 5th. They're followed just behind those horses by Ballistic Miss, and then Bellis won away. Longyard, Kelstein weakened late, and then came Silver Logie, Danjo's Express, Windemall, Tezarami, Lemonade Parade towards the tail, and Your Mate.
Well, the numbers are 2, 6, 3 and 4 at Flemington. Silver Birch, ridden by Stephen King, who's got the ride on the favourite, of course, in the Oaks coming up. With a pipe opener there. He's riding Macedon Lady, the favourite in the Oaks. But Silver Birch home there. Stephen King. Stars and Bars, ridden by Stephen Arnold. 3 Lord Erin, ridden by Brett Preble. And officially fourth in the race was number 4 Windemall, ridden by Greg Childs. And so the first four, $9,686.60. So 2, 6, 3 and 4 Walk on Air was ridden by Noel Callow, I beg your pardon. 2, 6, 3, 4 was $9,686.60. Walk on Air fourth. And a good run too. Now Doomben's coming up. 2 and 4. Crowd get a good look at them at the starting point for this one. 2,500 metres is the trip. And that sort of ground is foreign to most of these fillers. They had a go at 2,000 metres on Saturday in the Wakeful, but this will test them right out. This is a real staying test. Here's Alf with the late mail.
Well, money's come for number 1, Macedon Lady. Clearly the late mail has tightened up from its opening quote and is pretty much square across the board as you're seeing on the tote. Number 1, Macedon Lady, ahead of number 3, Lash, has shifted out a point. A little bit unders on the tote at the moment, has drawn perfectly to have a little bit of luck for a change. Also, number 5, which is Soprana. This is one horse in the double figure range that has firmed very, very well indeed. You're getting very good value on the tote at the moment. And also number 9, Bullabagese, has been very firm in the double figure quote. Good value on the tote at the moment and is expected to run very well. They are the late mailed numbers. 1, Macedon Lady, ahead of 3, Lashed, 5, Soprana, and 9, Bullabagese.
Thanks, Alf. 1, 3, 5 and 9 as Macedon Lady arrives at the barrier for the Oaks. $628,000 in prize money is what this race is worth, with some very prestigious trophies. It is, of course, run at Group 1 level. We're now going to hear from Michael Moroney. Michael's filly in this race is number 10, Unzipped.
Michael Unzipped to go around in the Oaks. And gee, fought on really good the other day.
Yeah, probably strange how the difference of 2 strides makes, Andrew. She was going to win it 2 strides out. Ended up running 5th, about a long head off the winner. So encouraging run. She was caught 3 wide, had to go forward and lead. And, you know, she's one of those sort of fillies that does settle in front. So, you know, look, she's come a long way. It's sort of she's going to come a long way in a short time to win an Oaks. But she's tough and she's really come through the race extra well. Probably even better than the last run. So
Jason Patton might have to do something similar if you want to go forward, because you've drawn out wide again.
It really depends on how she begins, really, Andrew. Look, she's the sort of filly that can race back, race forward. She relaxes no matter where she is. So it'll really depend on how she jumps away and what happens around her.
And she's done well, you say, since Saturday?
Yeah, I think she's probably done better now since Moonee Valley even. You know, she's really fired ahead. We were tossed around a bit. We thought we'd pay up, see what she was like, but she's really come through it well at this stage, and I'm very happy with her.
And the Oaks is due in 3 minutes' time. We're off to a short break. Shortly they'll be moving in for the Crown VRC Oaks. Ladies' Day at Flemington continues with the big race coming up. The Group 1 VRC Oaks of 2,500. And, gee, just looking across to that grandstand, it's I reckon it's pretty close to a full house again today at Flemington. They have had, well, so far, 2.5 terrific days of racing. Saturday with the Derby, Tuesday for Cup Day and Media Puzzle was fantastic. And we're halfway through the 3rd day of the VRC Carnival, and they are moving in for the Oaks. And of course we're back at Flemington on Saturday with the final day of the Carnival, and the Group 1 on Saturday is the Emirates Stakes. Now the main ones in commission here are Macedon Lady. One that's good value on the tote is Soprana, number 5 at $17 on the tote, but shorter on course, as the last couple of fillies go in. Lashed there at $5.80 and Hierogram $6.60. This race last year was won by Magical Mist, trained by Bart Cummings and ridden by Stephen Arnold. It was one of the most dominant Group 1 victories of last year's Melbourne Cup Carnival. Lovelorn in 2000 for Brett Preble and John Hawkes. Tributes in 99. The last filly to win the Wakeful on the Saturday and win the Oaks on the Thursday was Grand Archway in 1998. And the winner of the Wakeful on Saturday was Hyragram. So she's trying to emulate what Grand Archway did 4 or 5 years ago. And the last filly to win the 1,000 Guineas and go on to win the Oaks was Northwood Plume back in 1994. So that's 8 or 9 years ago. And Macedon Lady is the filly that's trying to do that. And she's got that wide gate. I don't know if she's moved in quite just yet, Macedon Lady. She drew barrier 14, the extreme outside alley. And
60, the favourite Macedon Lady, and they're all set to go in the Oaks for 2002. Light is blinking on top of the gates. They stand ready to run. Starter's got a good line. Set. Holds them racing. Macedon Lady not brilliant away from the outside, and Houdini one of the first out with Antique and Lashed. And going quickly, Heragram on the outside, going up towards the front in the early point. Macedon Lady back with about 6 behind it, out 3 and 4 deep early. He's trying to get in. And out of the straight they go in the Oaks, and Heragram took it up here and led out by a length and a half to Antique, and it's Houdini 2.5 further back. Bullabag Easy there followed 2 lengths to Lashed up 5th. A length and a half Millanova the inside then. Fuji Sea Rocks 2 lengths further back. Fuji Dancer on the outside of Desert Traveller. 3 lengths to Macedon Lady. She gets in now to be 1 off the fence. A length and a half behind her. Make Me Strong. A length into Shalang. Soprano and Unzipped has gone back last of all. An even pace of the Riverside of the 1800 metre mark, and the Oaks and the leader Heragram, a bit of a surprise, but she's in front by 2. It's Houdini on the outside there of Antique third. 2.5 Bullabag Easy. A length further back was Lash running 5th. A length into Millanova. 2 lengths to Fuji Sea Rocks. A length further back Fuji Dancer. 2 lengths further back in the race, then over along the inside Desert Traveller. Macedon Ladies moved up on the outside of her. 2 lengths to Shalang. Make Me Strong the inside. A length and a half Soprano, and Unzipped is last of all. Beatman dictating on Heragram as they go to the 1300 metre mark, and she's a length and a half to It's Houdini. A length further back was Antique third. A length into Bullabag Easy running 4th. 2.5 to Lash to the 1200 metre mark. There followed the outside of it by Millanova. A length to Fuji Sea Rocks. Fuji Dancer outside it. 2 lengths further back Macedon Lady. She's 8 to 9 lengths, about 10 lengths off the lead. On the outside of Desert Traveller, 3 lengths Shalang. Then Make Me Strong the rail. 2 lengths Unzipped, and last of all coming down the side is Soprano. Still the leader Heragram as they go up towards the 900 metre mark, and the Oaks a length in front of It's Houdini. A length and a half Antique. Bullabag Easy running 4th, the outside. 2 to Lash. Millanova 3 deep. Then came Fuji Sea Rocks the inside. Macedon Lady starting her run on the outside of Fuji Dancer. Then came Unzipped, and further back in the race then came the inside Desert Traveller. Shalang from Make Me Strong, and Soprano last of all. Homeward bound in the Oaks, and Heragram rated beautifully, a length in front of It's Houdini, followed on the inside by Antique, having a bump with It's Houdini, but Heragram got a break. A length and a half Antique. Bullabag Easy out in the middle, coming home well, and Macedon Lady and Lash coming down the centre. At the 300, Heragram is grabbed by Bullabag Easy. 2 then to Lash. Macedon Lady taking a long time to pick them up. Fuji Dancer running on fairly well. It's Lashed after Bullabag Easy, followed by Antique. Bullabag Easy's pulling out something. Bullabag Easy in front from Lash near the line. Bullabag Easy wins the Oaks, wins at a half length to Lash. A length away third is Antique, and 4th home is Fuji Dancer. They got away from Millanova. Macedon Lady didn't stay. Then Heragram, followed by Make Me Strong. Further back it's Houdini, a gap into Fuji Sea Rocks. They're followed by Soprano, Shalang with Unzipped, and last of all is Desert Traveller.
And number 9, Bullabag Easy, Chris Muntz, 15.80 the win, 3.80 the place. Number 3, Lash to pay $2, and 7 Antique showing for the place, 8.30.
Has taken the Oaks, ridden by Chris Muntz. Number 3, Lashed, is second. And the third number about to come up, it's 9-3. And the third number will go to Antique. Number 7, it's 9, 3 and 7. Got down to a staying test to the line, and it was Bullabag Easy who loomed up to Heragram. It had a nice run in front. Antique was coming off the fence, bumping with It's Houdini, and then joining him was Bullabag Easy, prepared by Ronnie Quinton. By Belong to Me from Fiona, a crested wave mare. She's had 12 starts for 4 wins. She ran 4th in the Wakeful. And with Chrissy Muntz up and giving her a good ride, she's staved the challenge of Lashed in the run to the line. And number 7, Antique third, ahead of number 4, Fuji Dancer. Presented into the race was Macedon Lady down at the 350 metre mark. She made her run with Lashed. She just didn't stay the trip, but she's run officially 5th in 2:36.3. 2:36.3, the record.
Record 2:33. 9 Bulla Bughazi, Chris Munns, 15.80 the win, 3.80 the place, 3 lash, $2. 7 Antique third, $8.30. The Quinella, 43.90. Exacta, $100.40. Trifecta, $2,054.50. The first 4, 9, 3, 7 and 4 is $11,767.10 with the double, 2 and 9. It was Silver Birch and Bulla Bughazi, $200.10, no special div required.
TAB dividends are for Shipton Lodge at Cobbitty. Specialists in all pre-training, breaking in, spelling, filing and adjustment needs. Call 46512238.
About to move in Doomben, race 4. The openers race 7, Flemington. Falvalon opens 4.60 a win. Mystigic is 11. 3 Intelligent Star, 14. 4 is Belle de Jour, 8.50. Spinning Hill, the favourite, 2.50 the win. 2 a place, Quasair is 4.50. And 7 Planchet opens 14. Tips are 5-1, 2 and 3. Now moving in at Doomben, and the favourite 15 Star of Flight, 2.40 the win, 1.20 a place.
Little edgy on the outside. They're off. She jumped reasonably only. Unzip was a little slow, and the first out is Antique. And away fast in the early stages too. Hierogram's going to try and find the lead. It's Houdini jumped fast. She goes to third around Bulla Bughazi, and then came Lashed. Back behind these horses, then Fuji Sea Rocks inside Millanova. Then came Fuji Dancer. Desert Mistral on the inside, about a length and a half then to Macedon Lady. He went back, probably missed it intentionally to try and slot in, and he's got in one off the fence by the time they left the straight. Just behind those horses is back on the inside, Make Me Strong, a length and a half, Shillang, and then Soprano and Unzipped, who led the Wakefielders back last today. So Hierogram left to make it, out to the 1800, and she sets a nice tempo. She's a couple of lengths in front here. It's Houdini sits outside Antique, and 3 lengths Bulla Bughazi getting a lovely trail. So is Lashed, a length and a half behind her, and then Millanova. 2 lengths Fuji Sea Rocks, a length further back is Fuji Dancer. They're trailed by Desert Traveller on the rail, and then Macedon Lady spots the leader about 10 or 12 at the 1400. A length and a half Shillang, who's on the outside of Make Me Strong, and then Soprano and Unzipped. At the 1400, Hierogram out by 2. It's Houdini second. Antique is third. It's a nice strong tempo. Bulla Bughazi is 4th. Lashed is 5th. Being followed by Millanova. A length and a half then to Fuji Sea Rocks, Fuji Dancer. 3 lengths further back, Macedon Lady. Outside, Desert Traveller. 3 or 4 lengths further back is Shillang, and they're followed then by Make Me Strong. 2 and a half to Unzipped, and Soprano is last of all. At the 1,000 metres, Hierogram leads the Oaks field by a length and a half. It's Houdini is second, a length away as Antique. Bulla Bughazi is 4th. 2 and a half lengths away is Lashed. Fuji Sea Rocks on the inside of Millanova, and then Fuji Dancer. King just biding his time on Macedon Lady. He's eased out 3 or 4 wide to stay clear of trouble as they swept up towards the turn. Next is Unzip, making some ground round the outside of Shillang, Desert Traveller, and they're followed then by Make Me Strong and Soprano. Hierogram takes the Oaksfield around the home turn. Into the straight, she's out by a length. It's Houdini. Bulla Bughazi runs on. Antique shoulders out of her pocket. Lash comes, and Macedon Lady winds up down the outside. Hierogram at the 300, tackled by Bulla Bughazi. Antique the centre. Lashed is winding up down the outside. Macedon Lady's under the whip next. Bulla Bughazi clear. Lashed is starting to stoke up strongly. Bulla Bughazi being tackled by Lashed. Bulla Bughazi a half in front. Lashed tries hard, but Bulla pulls it out. Bulla Bughazi beats Lashed by half a length. Antique held third. Fuji Dancer ahead away fourth. Macedon Lady was next, followed by Millanova, Hierogram, and then Make Me Strong. It's Houdini. A break behind them to finish was Unzipped in company with Soprano, Fuji Sea Rocks, and well back is Shillang, and last to finish is Desert Traveller.
A Sydney filly wins the Oaks. Bulla Bughazi, trained by Ron Quinton at Randwick and ridden by Chris Muntz. Lashed second, Jim Cassidy. Antique was third. Dan Nikolic, and officially 4th in the Oaks was number 4. Fuji Dancer, ridden by Karen McAvoy. 9, 3, 7, 4 the numbers as Chris Muntz returns after yet another Group 1 victory at Flemington. It's been good to him over the years, this carnival, and there's his big winner for 2002. Ron Quinton race has been taken out by Bulla Bughazi, number 9, ridden by Chris Muntz, who gave the filly a very nice run during the race, and she just was too good. She went past them in the last little bit. Hierogram set the pace, and weight's just gone through. 9, 3, 7 and 4 on the Oaks. So Bullabore geese, Chris Muntz and Ron Quinton. So it's a Sydney victory in the Crown Oaks. Lashed ran on strongly as we expected she would. Antique was back in third, and fourth in the race was Fuji Dancer. So that's today's Group 1 over and done with, and we've got another Group 1 on Saturday with the Emirates Stakes being the feature. But still more good racing to come from Flemington today. The next race is a beauty. The next is the Weight for Age Emirates Classic over 1200, with some of the top sprinters in the land contesting that next event. Farballon, Spinning Hill, Mystegic, one of the top sprinters. Will be a great race. Stay with us for that. Now Warrnambool, the starter's up and ready for them once the last couple of fillies and mares go in, and Zadoring is firmed right up. Let's join Adam.
Zadoring a clear second pick, $2.40 for number 2, $3.30 for One Dame Witch, $10 for number 1 Lunar Streak. Light is on. 1400 the trip. Oda comes up to complete the line. And Oda goes in now, so the field is right to race here. 5th race, all in, set to go. Just awaiting the signal, waiting for the line to settle. Very blustery over there at the start. There's the signal now, and away they go. Claret Damsel off the inside began okay with Cormayer. Also showing out now is Zadoring and Straight By. Lunar Streak not far away, and then followed out on the track there by Oda. It's dropping out towards the tail end. Miss Diane in front of it with Cormayer. Dame Witch is wide midfield, and then Mesmerise Us. So they settle down, still very tight and compact, and Zadoring at the 1,000, led by a length on Lunar Streak. Straight By the inside, Give Me Something 4th, and Dame Witch must be 4 wide at the moment. Around Mesmerise Us and Miss Diane, followed next in the field by Cormayer, with Claret Damsel, and last of all is Oda. 700 left to go, and the leader off the back is the favourite Zadoring by a length on Lunar Streak. Third, the inside is Straight By. Fourth, Give Me Something. A length away on Dame Witch, has been wide for the trip so far. Then Miss Diane Cormayer. Well back in the field there is on the inside Claret Damsel, and back with it is Mesmerise Us and Oda. Up around the home turn, Zadoring at the 400. A half length on Lunar Streak. Dame Witch is going up 3 wide despite never being on the track. And then Straight By as they straighten up, and Zadoring headed by Lunar Streak. Dame Witch is still coming. Straight By, Cormayer's making ground. Lunar Streak in front of the 150. Straight By finishing on. Cormayer, Oda coming late. Straight By, tackled by Cormayer. Cormayer took the front, and Cormayer is going to get in. Cormayer 3/4 on either Oda or Straight By. 4th Lunar Streak, and then followed by Miss Diane. Dame Witch had a hard trip. Zadoring dropped out. Claret Damsel back near last in the field there, and pulling up back at the tail end with it was Give Me Something, along with Mesmerise Us. Number 6, Cormayer, brings up a treble for Dean Yendall today. Number 6, Cormayer. Dean Yendall for Barbara Marshman is first. Judge will have to look at the image to tell us who ran second in that race, with Oda on the outside and Straight By, who drove through a gap at the 200 mark to run to the lead from Lunar Streak, who's finished 4th in the race. No minor number up as yet.